You're listening to Do This First, a daily personal development podcast that focuses on science-backed, actionable steps towards your best year ever. I'm Santa, your host. Yesterday, we spoke about anxiety. It's the feeling of regret paired with anxiety or panic and an alcohol-induced hangover all together. Some research suggests that even small amounts of alcohol can bring about anxiety in some. There is also research that points to greater tolerance as your years increase. Today, we're sharing a poem that is over 100 years old. First published in 1918, the poet and author of the piece is Jessie Bell Rittenhouse. She was the first living recipient of the prestigious Robert Frost Medal for excellence in poetry. This poem encapsulates in a very simple and direct manner what true happiness is and the critical step we all must take to achieve it. The poem is titled My Wage. My wage. I bargained with life for a penny, and life would pay no more. However, I begged at evening when I counted my scanty store. For life is a just employer. He gives you what you ask, but once you have set the wages, why you must bear the task. I worked for a menial's hire, only to learn dismay that any wage I had asked of life, life would have paid. Wow. The poem delves into the idea that true satisfaction can only be found through meaningful work and perseverance. There is also a bit of reflection on the notion that the true quote-unquote wage of life is not material wealth or external rewards, but rather the sense of accomplishment and fulfillment that comes from dedicating oneself to a task with passion and commitment. One of the key lessons that can be learned from Rittenhouse's poem is the idea that the true value of labor lies, once again, not in the external rewards that it brings, but in the internal joy that comes from a job well done. Though as a society, we often place a high value on material success and monetary wealth, the wage serves as a reminder that true happiness and fulfillment cannot be bought or sold, but must be earned through work and dedication. I just want to pause here because there is a point that can be missed. External rewards like a beautiful house, a healthy savings account, and fun vacations, among many other material things, are great. There is nothing wrong with enjoying the fruits of your labor. What I glean from the poem is that true happiness comes from inside of ourselves. And I would really go even further in stating that happiness is a choice. You cannot, in some instances, choose all the events in your life down to the most minute detail. However, you can choose to glean the lessons learned and apply them to your modus operandi and become a stronger and happier person. It's important to note that it is a process. It does take some work. Another important lesson that can be gleaned from Rittenhouse's poem is the idea that the journey towards a goal is just as important as the destination itself. The importance of perseverance and resilience in the face of obstacles and challenges suggests that true satisfaction comes not from achieving a goal effortlessly, but from overcoming adversity and obstacles along the way. Furthermore, the wage highlights the idea that true fulfillment can only be found in pursuing passions and interests that are meaningful and fulfilling to you. The speaker reflects on the idea that true happiness comes from aligning one's work with one's values and passions rather than simply seeking external validation or approval. We know many people that are great at their jobs, but they hate their jobs. So don't be that person. Moreover, Rittenhouse's poem emphasizes the idea that true success is not measured by external standards or societal expectations, but by the sense of purpose and fulfillment that comes from pursuing one's own path and staying true to oneself. The poem encourages us to stay true to our own values and our own beliefs rather than conforming to external pressures or expectations. In addition, the wage also serves as a reminder of the importance of gratitude and appreciation for those opportunities and challenges in our lives. In the poem, work, quote unquote, can be seen as a metaphor as well as the literal meaning of work, but also work labor are the steps that we take throughout our lives to bring us to a better place emotionally, physically, spiritually, and materially as well. In the poem, there is a discernible gratitude for the chance to work and to strive towards a goal, suggesting that true fulfillment comes from embracing challenges and opportunities. I also believe that the poem challenges us to think critically about our values and beliefs about fulfillment. We are encouraged to reflect on the true quote-unquote wage of our own lives and to consider whether we're pursuing a path that is truly fulfilling and meaningful to ourselves. Humbly, I feel one of the best applications of the knowledge gleaned from the poem My Wage is to reevaluate our own priorities and goals. Can we honestly say that we are truly living up to our fullest potential? How is our happiness or contentment barometer in all aspects of our lives? The idea is to take inventory of all the important areas of our lives and see what are the areas that need to be strengthened. Generally speaking, these are typically considered the important areas of life: health and well-being, spiritual growth and fulfillment, financial stability and security, career and personal development, emotional and mental health, relationship and social connections, leisure and recreation, contribution to society, and making a difference in the world. They are not in any specific order. Reflect on the important areas of your life and then assess what needs to be done, which is a process in itself. Then take a deep dive into the how. How can I make my life in XYZ area what I want it to be? It does take knowledge, perseverance, patience, lots of patience, and determination. You'll get there. Just please be kind to yourself in this process and avoid comparing yourself to others. There is not one person on planet Earth that is exactly like you, which makes you a true original. And what can be better than that? A couple of previous podcast episodes that can provide more insights are podcast episode number 4, Choices, podcast episode number 11, Finding Your Purpose, podcast episode number 39, Supersize You, and podcast episode 51, The Power of Belief Reflection. If you like what you're hearing, don't forget to leave a review. Follow and subscribe on my YouTube channel at Do This First. You can also read a transcript of this podcast episode on my blog, dothisfirst.life. Until tomorrow. Moving past the rain, moving past the pain, or past the color blue. I see power in you. Past weld you down. Look around, they can't be found. I see a champion in you. I see a champion in you.